Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Life Reset Collective. My name is Josh. This is a channel dedicated to people who need to reset their lives. You need to reset it. Maybe you're starting over from scratch due to divorce, or because you had to move, or because you lost your job, you lost your home. Whatever the case is, there are many reasons why we may have to start over in life, but this channel is committed to it. I have been through two complete life resets in my life, both due to divorce, and so unfortunately, or fortunately, I am a person who knows a lot about this, and I want to help other people, and that's why I started this channel. And in this video, I'm going to be very honest and real with you about how my life reset is going, and just talking through some feelings about it and some things that I'm dealing with it, okay? Now, this one is due to divorce, and basically, for those of you who haven't been here before, I don't believe in dwelling on the past. I'm not here to make you aware of the mistakes you might have made. I'm not here to try to teach you how you should have done better. I'm not here to say shame on you if you made mistakes. We have all done all of those things. Every single one of those things, we've all done them. We've all made mistakes. We've all made bad choices. We all had things we could have done better, but that's not what this channel's for. This channel is about looking forward. This channel is about giving practical steps and guidance to help with the reset, whatever your circumstances are. So if that sounds like the kind of thing you're looking for, you're in the right place. You should hit that subscribe button. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I am starting over quite from scratch this time. I had virtually no money when I walked away from the situation I was in. It was not a good situation. I was not perfect in the situation, but it reached a point where I realized that staying in that situation was going to become, only more unpleasant. It was not going to fix itself. It was not going to get fixed. All of my attempts to fix it failed. Not for lack of trying, just it seemed like there were other people involved who did not want to get on board with the changes that would have fixed it. So I decided to walk away. I was also a little bit concerned that there were some people in the situation who were going to start doing things that were, let's say, maybe borderline dangerous. I was actually legitimately afraid of this, so I decided I needed to exit the situation. I really exited with very little. I had no car, actually. We had one car and I left it. I had my work equipment, which consists of a computer at my desk, my camera, and some personal documents, and then a bag of clothes. I literally left one day, while there's no one home. I just gathered my things, and actually a family member met me on the road, and I got in their car and I bounced, and I decided I needed to get out of that situation. Now, I didn't have really much in the way of money. I had a little bit, and I did have income from a job. Thankfully, I was able to increase my income very quickly. I basically took all the opportunity in that job I could get and very quickly increased my income. I had a family member very graciously let me stay with them, and I'm actually still staying with them to this day. It has been, I think, 2.5 months since that happened, and I am basically rebuilding. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm very fortunate that I had people to help me. I didn't want to take the money that was in the relationship, because I knew that if I took the vehicle, took the money, The other person would have been just completely, I mean, there, it would have been so hard. There was a part of me trying to be nice. There was a part of me trying to be empathetic. Obviously, none of that has been recognized. None of that has been cared about. My attempts to try to create peace and to try to create a fair separation situation have only been met with like lots of crazy things. That's okay. But it's really important to understand that there are going to be very few people who understand what you're going through when you go through a life reset. When you have to start over again and you watch all the time you've invested, you watch all of the progress you had made, when you see the people around you start to react different to you just because you're not doing the things they want, they start to dehumanize you. When you start down this road and then you realize that nobody understands that you are starting over again. And I'm talking about this in divorce terms right now, but this could also have happened when you were trying to make it and then you lose your place to live. Maybe you get evicted and then all of a sudden it's a crisis situation, or maybe you went to the hospital. It's a crisis situation. Maybe you lost a loved one and that plunged you into a difficult thing. Listen, there are some things that you go through during this that are crazy to experience. You experience people judging you. Everyone tells you how you could have done it better and how you were wrong. Did I mention everyone judges you? You feel embarrassed. You feel like, what the heck? I'm X number of years old and I'm having to start all over again completely from scratch. And there's a shame element to that. You know, and then you are very likely to have trouble getting, like, it's sometimes hard to like get ground again. If you get evicted, all of a sudden your life is frozen in a certain kind of way. Your routine is going to be completely thrown out of whack, and yet how are you going to get ahead to get into the next place, right? Or if it's a divorce situation, you know, you're starting over from scratch, and then not only do you have to contend with the legal parts of it, but then you just have to keep a roof over your head. And if you have children, it's even more. Like, my children that I made are from my first marriage, and they live with their mother predominantly. They have ever since the first divorce, and that's okay. Thankfully, my situation only impacted them in the sense that they had to kind of deal with, like, you know, their dad going through the thing, and then they were just kind of outsiders looking in. They weren't really like, I mean, it had very little like serious first degree effect on them. I do have a dog who is affected. That's kind of like a kid, and he's a big dog, and he's kind of a hard dog to take care of anyway. He's kind of high maintenance, and he's a active breed, and so it's hard just by yourself, but it's even more difficult when you've got people depending on you or animals depending on you. So here's my message for this, and really, I'm not saying all these things because I want anyone to feel sorry for me. I chose to walk away from that situation, and I chose to engage in a life reset. And every day, no matter how hard it is, because I work full time, I'm trying to get the legalities taken care of. I'm trying to get a living space sorted out. My job has done things where like they cut hours some weeks, and then so I'm literally like earlier today I literally was out looking for a second job, and I've got like 2 leads, and I'm going to be landing a second job probably before next weekend, so that I'm going to have basically 2 incomes. I don't think I can work 2 full-time incomes, but at least a part-time job and a full-time job. So, it's like, and I'm probably one of the lucky ones. I'm healthy. Thankfully, I have family who are helping me out. I stay with them for the time being. It is a little stressful. It is a little weird. It's always a little weird, these situations. Can it not be weird? No, it's going to be weird. I mean, you feel the judgment. You feel how every little thing that you might do that inconveniences them, you just feel it like it's like a hammer. Every little thing you do, you feel them judging you. Oh, you should do it different. Even if they don't say it, you feel it. But they're still helping you. And so you're gracious. You want to be thankful and appreciative and grateful. And it is good to be grateful. I'm just saying, people who haven't been through it, they don't understand what it feels like. And I'm here to give you some empathy, to talk some real life into this, what you might be experiencing, so you're not alone, friend. You might be alone, but you're not alone in the sense that, like, there's no one in the world there's no one in the world who understands it. There are people out there, and you're not crazy for thinking it's very hard. It is very hard. I think it might literally be 6 months before there's anything resembling a normal life for me. I'm going to have to work 2 jobs. I'm going to have to try to sort a living space and sort out all the legalities of the situation. The other person is just going about their merry life. They're spending all the money that we put together through our relationship. I'm not saying I have a big problem with that. I left it for a reason. It's because the other person really honestly needed it more. That's fine. But that person is just off doop-de-doo-in, kind of do. And that's what it looks like, right? And that's how it feels. And then, that other person is the one with the car. That person is the one who gets to take their time, moving out, getting a new place. Why? Well, in my specific case, it's because I chose to sacrifice some things to try to make it more comfortable for the other person. Partly because it's such a hard situation, and, there's a part of me that in walking away from the marriage is trying to honor it, but it makes it very hard to live with. I wouldn't change it, but I will say this. It's going to be 6 months of grinding before my life looks anything even remotely close to normal. I'm like once in a while borrowing a car from family just to run the most crucial errands. I work from home. I am very fortunate that I have that. I have a remote work job. But the job I'm getting ready to have, like, basically I'm turning in applications at all the businesses within bike riding distance of where I'm staying right now, because I need to be able to plan for the future. What if that car isn't available? I have to plan for that. I have to think about that. So I need that extra income coming in. I've got to sort something to drive. I don't have any time to spend with friends. I don't have any time for anything fun. I'm making YouTube videos right now because this is part of me growing my channels for the future, but also I think it's important for me to document this process while I'm going through it, and to make these videos while I'm going through it, because I think this could legitimately help people. And I will be honest, it makes me really happy to think that 1 or 2 people, or maybe 3 or 4 or 500 people out there might watch a video, and that might help them feel a little bit better, to know they're not alone, to know they're not crazy for thinking it's so difficult, to know that even though, and here's the thing, even though they're going through it now, it doesn't have to mean forever. The truth is, yes, for the next 6 months, my life is probably going to be constant work, trying to figure out legal stuff, trying to keep all the bills paid because I'm paying lots of bills right now, paying bills for a house I'm not even living in right now. And it's just how life is sometimes. I have to sort out so many things. But I do believe, and I know this from experience because my first divorce was not quite, this is a different situation, a whole different situation. But I did go through another reset at one time, and it's always the same thing. You stick with it. You get through the day. You make a plan. You work on that plan, and it's going to suck for XYZ number of months or maybe years. But there is hope. And I want to say this to finish this out. You deserve light at the end of the tunnel. You deserve hope. You deserve to not give up on yourself. You deserve to believe that you deserve another chance. And I want you to believe that, and I believe it too. And that's part of the whole foundation for this channel, is that you deserve another chance. Even if your life has gone completely to hell, I believe that you deserve a chance at redemption, a chance at another try for happiness, for the family you want, for the health you want, for the living space you want, for security, for prospering, for happiness. I want all of those things for you. And I want those things for myself. And I am completely committed to seeing myself through that. And despite the judgment, the shame, the pressure, the stress, feeling just up against the wall all the time, stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, you can get to the light at the other end. You can get your life back to happy. And I'm even going to tell you this. Your life probably up till now has probably been relatively stressful. You probably have the best years of your life ahead of you to look forward to. That's the message that I want to give you today. So I don't know if this video is going to reach anyone or help anyone, but friend, if you're going through it, just know that you are not the only one. I am rooting for you. Please leave a comment. I will comment back a positive thing, and maybe that's what you need to go one more day and just grind it out. Get to the next great point. The sky's the limit. We're going upwards. The best is yet to come. So don't give up, my friends. You've got this. My name is Josh. Thank you for coming back to the Life Reset Collective. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. I'll see you awesome people on the next one.